welcome back to Just What I Do. Hope you're having a great day. Hopefully you'll whack my like thingy and subscribe and stick around a while. But today, we're going to be trying to finish a project. Before I go starting another one, I've got like 6 different projects going. I've got a feature wall and my room being redone. I'm remodeling I suppose you could say I'm remodeling the kitchen. I'm going to be taking off popcorn ceiling throughout the house. I'm building a security gate, and I'm going to be building, it's actually a 19-foot security gate and fence, and I'm also going to be building a chaos garden, and I'm going to call it Mom's Garden, because on the 2nd, it made 2 years since she left. Seems like yesterday. But anyways, and I have good days and bad days with it. But anyways, no crying. No crying. We're going to be finishing the door today. Finally going to be finishing the door today. I was waiting for warmer weather because weather's been iffy here in Colorado. Winter weather in Colorado is so hit and miss lately. But I'm going to stop rambling. We're going to get going on this door. Now there's a few things I need to do before we go doing the last couple steps. I'm going to take all the gear off of it. Oh, you can't see. All the gear off of it. The doorknob, the shade, the chain, everything off of it. And I'm going to sand it one more time. Oh, sorry about the lighting. It's as good as it's going to get because in the midst of things, I didn't rip. I took the light out, the horrible light that went right there, out, and we're going to be painting this. I have to get a drywall float. We're going to be painting this, repainting the kitchen. I have already done the cupboards, above the covers, all that happy ass crap. But we're also going to be putting new lighting in here. Better than that old cheap bug collecting, dust collecting piece of shit that half-ass worked before. I yanked it down. We're going to be doing disc lighting. A super simple disc lighting thing. There's going to be like 4 discs on that side, and then 3 there, and 2 big ones towards the middle, so if you want to see that, let me know. I don't know what y'all want to see. But anyways, we'll go back to the door. So that's why the lighting's crappy in here. I didn't feel like setting up a light, just wing it. So today we're going to be hopefully finishing this door as much as possible. But I take everything off, and then we're going to sand it one more time with the really rough grit. And then I'm going to sand it again, with 320 grit. And then I'm going to take a damp rag, wipe it down, and then the messy job starts. I'm going to tape off the windows, and we're going to get going. So, any guesses on if it's going to be paint or stain? Last moment to guess. So I'm going to start removing hardware, get my mask on, because this makes a hell of a mess when you sand it. And of course we're just doing the inside for now. When summertime comes around and it's super warm outside, then we'll be doing outside, doing the other side of the door. If you want to see that, comment. If not, whatever, I'll just do it. So, get my gear on, get all that off, and let's see if we can finish this. Well, ignore the horrible floor. That is one more thing that is going to get remodeled in here eventually, moving down the list. But I've got the door all sanded. All sanded, wiped down, taped up, ready to go. So, can you guess? Paint or stain? Well, if your guess is stain, you are right. I got this one. I know, crappy lighting. Well, I guess it's a little better than I expected. We'll see. This one's called Honey. That's what color stain I'm going to use. Now, this door is extremely porous. It sucks up the glue, the whatever. It's just extremely porous. It's like a damn sponge. So this one side of the door may take the whole can. So hopefully it doesn't take the whole can. So I'm going to get this mixed up. We'll start applying it. Leave it for a couple minutes. Maybe wipe it off. Maybe leave it. I don't know. Depends on how it looks. And then if it doesn't need another coat, then I'll pick up some polyurethane clear coat weatherproofing stuff. Put that on, and this door will finally be done. Now, I do have new hardware. I do have a chain. And later on, I'm going to be adding a deadbolt. And we're going to put it right there. Because there's a shade up above, and to get to the deadbolt, you'd always have to be moving the shade, so we're going to put the deadbolt down below. Which means I got to knock a hole, actually 2 holes in the door. I already have the plate for it, and the deadbolt. It's just I put new weather stripping in it. That's why it's keeps popping forward. And it's really thick weather stripping, so I'm going to wait a little bit for that weather stripping to squish or relax or whatever the heck you want to call it. And then I'll put the deadbolt on. Installed. Whatever. So for now, we're going to at least stain it, seal it, put the other new hardware, the new plate on, and the new hardware at the top, put everything back on, and this side will be done. Yes, I still need to paint the trim and the walls and the ceiling. Now I'm thinking the ceiling isn't going to be white. It's going to be a different color, and I think I'll do the trim the same color as the ceiling, but the walls here in the kitchen will stay the same color. I'm going to go get as close as possible to this color as possible, to that green, because that's what my mom picked out. And I don't want to change anything that my mom did. Although I am changing a lot in the kitchen, but this is all something I talked to my mom about before she left. She just didn't get to enjoy it with us. But I'm trying to make my mom proud, do things for her that I wanted to do for her before she left. And I'm just trying to keep busy to stay out of my head. So let's start staining this door. Hopefully it comes out decently and no more blueberry.
The supervisors! Yeah!
Well, here is how the door came out. Oh, you can't really tell up there. Not too bad. A little darker than I expected, but I think it came out pretty good. But now, I gotta put the hardware back on because I have to go get the clear coat. That is one thing I don't have. Clear coat and another, I don't know if I should do a sponge brush or a regular brush. Either way, we're close to being done because I definitely want to clear coat it so it stops sucking in the moisture. And then once the clear coat's done, I will put the new hardware on, which is the chain. And then I'll put the new door plate on, but without the deadbolt. I'm going to wait a bit before we go doing the deadbolt and give that time for the weather stripping to squish, I suppose, whatever you want to call it. But for now, let's put the hardware back on and go get the clear coat. Okay, it's the next day, and I went and got the clear coat I needed last night, and this is what I'm going to use, especially since it is exceptional protection against sunlight, rain, moisture, and temperature changes. The windows on this door tend to get all condensation-y when I'm in here cooking a lot, so this will be perfect for the moisture, and it'll be great for when I go to do the outside. Now when I do the outside, I can actually take it off its friggin' hinges and go lay it flat and do it better on the outside. But the weather's so iffy that I can't do that this time of year. So summertime, we're going to do the other side the same way. But for now, let me get this stirred up and we'll start applying it. So there we go. Got the first coat on, and it's a really good thing I haven't replaced the floor yet, because boy did I make a mess with that. If I did the floor first, I'd be screwed. I'd have that all over the floor. But it doesn't matter. We're going to replace the floor eventually. I have to finish some other stuff first, like this darn door. So I got the first coat on. We're going to let that sit for 20-30 minutes. Then I'm going to come through with some sandpaper, scuff it up a little bit, and give it another coat just for durability's sake. And then the inside of this door will be done. Eventually, we will do the outside, or I will do the outside. I don't know if you want to see that or not. But, almost done with this darn door. Coming out okay, a little darker than I expected, but it's okay. It's looking good so far. Now, I am going to do the outside as I said before, unless I get monetized by then, and then I'll just buy a whole new damn door. Maybe an unfinished door, so that way I can coat it myself and crap. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to give this 20-30 minutes, however long it takes to dry. And then I'm going to scuff it, give it another coat, and I'll show you at the end. I won't bore you with more painting on clear coat or stain or sanding or anything. I'll just show you the finished product at the end. Well, there we go. Pretty much done with the inside. Of course, I still need to do the outside. That's sort of a duh. But I waited for the first coat to dry, and then I got some 320 sandpaper and lightly scuffed it, and gave it its second coat. Yes, there is some spots that are still tacky. Don't have to wait for them to dry. But for the most part, this is done. Well, still need to put on hardware and chain and all that happy ass crap and take the tape off the window. But I'll wait for it to completely dry because the little groovy places like that in there are taking a bit longer to dry because I think I went a little heavy, especially right there, a little heavy with the clear coat. But some places it's sucking it in more than others. This, as I said before, this door is very porous. But if I see a spot that needs a touch of clear coat, to make it match everything else, then I'll just pull out my brush and hit it again. No big deal. But now that I've sufficiently made the house stink, it reeks of clear coat in here. Yesterday it was stained, today it's clear coat. But this is pretty much done. I still need to, of course, put on hardware, and I'm going to be painting the walls and the ceiling. If I can ever get the right damn paint. I went to get paint yesterday, and their machine's broken. So, any guesses on what color the ceiling's gonna be? It's not white. It's kind of funny what it's gonna be. But, and then lighting in here, and then of course, new flooring. That is a someday project. One thing at a time, or in my case 4. But at least we got the door pretty much done. Of course, warmer weather will come around, and I'll take it off its hinges, and I'll take the whole thing outside and do the outside. It'll be a little bit easier when it's nice and warm, because it is a little cold in here now, although it was 65 today. But with that breeze and the sun starting to go down, it's starting to get a little cold in here, so I need to get everything back on the door, and the door closed. But, finally finished this project. How do you think it looks? How do you think the stain came out? And the clear coat, it's a very shiny door now. It's very different. Very, very different. Never thought I'd be doing this. Never thought I'd be doing this much. I expected to just paint it and call it good. Kind of half-ass the whole thing. But I'm just trying to tackle projects that I talked to my mom about before she left. Just trying to keep busy and I don't know, make her proud, I guess. So, let me know what you think, how it came out. If there's anything I should do different, I still have the other side to do. But, I greatly appreciate you watching. Hope you'll subscribe, whack my like thingy, and stick around for more DIY remodeling videos, I suppose. You know, with a little cooking and whatnot thrown in once in a while. But, again, thanks for watching. What do you think? It's super shiny. So what do you think, Mom? You like it?